There was already social stigmas before COVID. Then you add a deadly virus. That gives us something to talk about. This is Dark Knight Radio. I'm Dark Knight. I'm back. Welcome, everybody. Today's topic is the truth about the effects of COVID-19. Not just health-wise, but psychological and the mental and the social effects it has. Because it goes from what I see every day when I talk to people about, I have different conversations. I actually work at a COVID-19 place, a COVID-19 center, in which I give COVID tests all day. Fun, right? So much fun. So we get into the social effect of COVID. Now, my mission, my main goal of this channel, of this podcast, if you will, what's going to segue into a podcast, is to invoke communication, to invoke thinking. The human interaction that we lost and long for right now. So what are the social stigmas that were induced by COVID? Well, COVID has negative and positive effects on society right now. I had this conversation today with a coworker of mine. COVID right now has single-handedly changed the perspective of people as far as ambition and being goal-oriented. Why did I say that? Because before COVID, people didn't have a sense of urgency. They would put things off because of security of a job or security of something mundane, that we found peace in, we was content with. COVID showed a lot of people, including myself, that nothing that society gives you or nothing in this society as far as jobs is guaranteed, especially retail. And right now we have a decrease in the service industry and retail because nobody wants to work, because during COVID, people, while they were sitting at home, they were creating YouTube channels. They were getting their business licenses. They were going back to school. They were finding other ways to make money. Now, I'm not saying all those ways they found to make money were positive, but it gave them a sense of, I gotta put my future in my own hands to feed my family or to progress in life as a whole. And I'm 100% with that. The bitter irony that COVID brought us right now, the change. People had a fear of changing. We were content with these jobs. We go to work every day. We give the bare minimum and we get paid a structured salary every day. We had our hours. We were good. Why rock the boat, right? No. But something happened. What happened? A little thing called COVID-19 came and it threatened your way of life. It threatened your money. It threatened your happiness. Oh, you couldn't go out. You couldn't travel. Most important, you couldn't make money. You couldn't eat. You couldn't live. You couldn't. And jobs showed you are expendable. So what are you going to do? You can't suckle at the teat no more. You got to fend for yourself. And I feel like it backfired to the point where now people are putting up signs on every business saying, we're closed because we don't have one worker. Government assistance, you throw that in also. PPP loans. People starting up businesses. PPP loans, scams, or fraud. I'm not saying there is. I don't know anybody who's doing it. Please don't come get me. I'm just a messenger. But it's happening. People are finding ways, and it's good to see. It's a good thing to see. If you're on the other side, if you're on my side of the fence, you're loving it. Why? Because it's pushing people. People are no longer content. Okay, that's out the way. We got the job thing done. People are going back to school. People want to study again. They want to learn a trade. They want to learn how to fix something. They want to learn how to do something now. People want to use what God gave them, a brain now. We're no longer zombies waiting to be replaced on these retail jobs. And that's another topic for another video. You can get a retail job and pretty much you can negotiate your own price now. I've had old managers tell me if I wanted to come back, I can make more money, possibly double times what I was making. Now, human interaction, which was already decreasing, now is at an all-time low. It's sparking back up little by little. But during 2020, early 21, it was null and void. It was. People didn't want to talk to each other. You want to be by each other. Pushes us further away from human interaction, which I think is something that should be coveted and we should try to save. But once again, that's another topic for another video. How did COVID help? Better yet, how did COVID affect you? Negatively, positively. How did COVID affect you? I want to see this in the comments. Did COVID reignite that sense of urgency in you? Did it make you want more? Did it make you push? Did it make you say, you know what? I gotta eat. Let me go out and do it. Let me not focus or let me not put all my eggs in the technology basket or the retail basket. How has COVID affected you? Did it affect your relationship? Oh yeah, we found out that COVID, during times of COVID, 2020, domestic violence went up. Why? Why did it go up? Domestic violence. Some people couldn't go to the side piece house. You couldn't. People started to see how their significant other or their spouse really felt about them during COVID. I don't want to be here no way. Who they keep calling you? Don't worry about it. We're here. We're in the house all day. Homeschooling went up. I've had mothers tell me they regained a relationship with their kids. They see their kids differently. If you're in the mix of the grind, you have to work to provide for your kids. There's only so much time you can do that. If you're working a job, your kids are in school, you come home, you don't have that much time, but have to go to bed and do it again. The weekends, maybe you have a full day with them. Relationships are being coveted now with like mother, daughter, father, son, mom, son. These relationships are being like people are starting to trust each other again as far as family. Relationships, pregnancies have gone up during COVID. You at home, no makeup, you can't go nowhere. So all that fineness of you and your spouse, you just watching each other. You got the shower every day, you cleaning up. You're watching movies every day. And you start to notice, like, I didn't know Bae. I ain't know it sit like that. I ain't know she had it. Like, COVID forced me to look at her differently. I ain't know she had that arch. I ain't know she had that curve. I didn't see that before. I didn't see how the pants fit. You looking at ain't no base shoulders look like that in that Fashion Nova t-shirt. I ain't know he been working on his calves like that. Oh, he wearing sweatpants. I ain't know. Hey, this is what I hear. Okay? You don't got nothing to do. You don't got nowhere to go. You got nothing to do all day. What you go? The only thing you can do is the person you're in the house with. Pregnancies went up. Oh, everybody having babies. Why? They say during times of stress, times of terror, human beings, what we do is we make love. That human interaction, that intimacy. That's what we do in times of peril. If you look at history, you look at wartime, you look at if someone was colonizing, you see a surplus in pregnancies. This is facts. Pregnancies. People broke up too. Why? People couldn't lie no more. You saw that person every day, didn't you? You couldn't lie to them no more. You couldn't say, "Oh, that's my car." Somebody found out it was rented. Or you the only person I'm dealing with. Yeah? Well, that's not your mom keep calling every hour on hour. No, it's not. People hygiene, you realize people smelled different during COVID. How did COVID affect you, man? How did it affect you? How did it affect me? I had businesses that was already that was already cooking, but COVID affected me. I had to put a rush on that. To now that I have some on the precipice of really doing well, because I had a sense of urgency. I didn't want to be where I were no longer. It was time to put the pedal to the metal, if you will. So yeah, COVID affected me. It made me want to go ahead and stop procrastinating. Because I told myself, if another thing, I want to be self-sufficient. If something like this happened again, I didn't want to just depend on unemployment, in which they can really control and track and really dictate. But once again, that's another topic for another video. But post your comments. I want to hear about this, guys. How did COVID affect you negatively or positively? Post it. I want to hear it. Let's talk about it. Dark Knight Radio. I'm Dark Knight. You guys be good. Be safe.